This morning on BRN, helping seniors interact with artificial intelligence. Joining me now to discuss this, Dr. Siwei Liu is from the University of Buffalo. Dr. Liu, so great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, and we were talking, I want to get your sense for how prepared our older generations are for the implementation of artificial intelligence or AI. How do you see it? Are they prepared for this new implementation of technology?
Well, I've been working throughout my research work. I've been working with older adults and helping them to understand AI technology and in particular, some of the, I'll say, negative side effects or byproducts of using AI technology. And it was through these activities that I get understanding that, a lot of times, our senior citizens do not really have, I'll say, a comprehensive understanding of technology. Typically, this is because the technology is new, not only for, for them, even for people like me working in this area as a researcher, for more than 2 decades. I'm still, a lot of times baffled, confused, excited, it's a mixture of feelings. And for them, I think probably this is even newer and, they probably, it's something they probably have not seen in the past of their life experiences. So I would say, by and large, they are not quite prepared for this technology. But I also noticed that they are very excited about it, and also curious to learn more about it. So I think that's, kind of like an interesting observation to have there. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to pick up on that because, the old paradigm or the old perception is that old people don't adapt. Old people are stuck in their old ways. And look, I'm one of them. I'm up there. I'm in my early 50s, so I'm up there. But are they more adaptable? They have a lot of life perspective, a lot of experience, but are they adaptable to new experiences like including generative AI and other technology features?
Actually, that surprised me a lot. I had similar thoughts before I actually work with them. And I work with special age groups between, I think, mid 60s to seven mid to seven to late 70s. So we work in a project where we try to help the seniors to understand generative AI, and in doing so, we provide them access to through some tools that they can actually experiment and play with the generative AI technology. Um, they surprised me that they have a lot of creative use of this of the generative AI technologies. For instance, with ChatGPT, they actually write stories, interesting stories, based on their life experiences. And many of those stories are, they said, if they have typed in everything, it would take them, a whole day. But with ChatGPT, it makes their job so much easier, and they enjoy that. They actually share with their friends or family, and they're very much embrace the new technology and try to use it. And also, they've been experimenting. I also have them experimented with image generation, text-based image generation. They create images, even like artistic. So I think it's actually interesting to see that generative AI technology provide a new opportunity for them to express themselves. To maybe, I have one older adult told me that previously in her life she would like to be an artist, but she couldn't because again life happens, so many things in the way. But now, in her retirement, she can play without even using, brush and strokes and pens. She can now make arts using generative AI, and they have time, they have interest, they have curiosity. So I think many of them are fully embrace this technology.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's a desire to be creative, at least in the students or the people that you're working with. When it comes to education, let's talk about that for a little bit because you have a lot of experience and specialty in educating people in this age range. Are there special tactics or techniques to use with this particular age group? So, for example, if I'm an employer and I want to bring somebody in who's maybe on the older age of the spectrum because they bring a lot of value, a lot of experience, et cetera, into my workforce, but I'm going to use AI. How do I train? What's the best way to train people for these new tools?
Well, I think particularly for the older adults, they are they are more experienced. So we actually the specific tactic we use is gamification and connecting the fundamentals of AI technology with their life experiences, right? Explaining the technical details to them many times is not going to be successful because those technical details on one hand is not something you can learn in a very short period of time. On the second, on the other hand, you do not need to know all those technical details to be able to use AI, in your life. This is the same way, like, everybody can drive a car, but not everybody becomes a mechanic, right? We just need to know where the engine is, where we put the gas, where we put the oil. I think we're able to drive the car instead of, unless we really want to build a car. So I think that's the kind of methodology we use. And we use gamification, we use animation, try to simplify and keeping the gist and intuitive part of the AI technology without confuse them with the technical details.
And when it comes to AI developers, and I'm thinking, or those that are creating tools, or they're open AI, which is creating Chat GPT, is there something they should be thinking about when they're building their tool for this particular age range? Because keep in mind, this is like the silver tsunami. I mean, this is a huge group of people that are going to be into their sunset years. And by the way, they're going to live 40 or 50 years in retirement. They're not going to just kill over and drop off. So are there things that developers need to be thinking about when catering to this specific group of people?
Well, I will say the most important part is accessibility. Make your tool, adapt to being able to be friendly to our seniors. Make everything adaptable. Changing the font, voice over, all this will help. And and I think the best way to do that is using AI to help the development of AI tools. The AI can understand the user behavior, and based on that, if the user zoom the screen a lot, try to repeat certain instructions because they could not make it very clear, then maybe the AI can understand that the user may need this extra help, increase the size of the font, make it everything clearer. And that's I think is something they could build into their tool to help our seniors in that way.
Yeah, really, really good insight. Dr. Liu, we're going to have to leave it there. But look, we look forward to having you back on the program. And thank you so much for sharing your perspective today.
It's always my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Yes.
And don't forget to subscribe to our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse, and get all the news in one place. Details at our website. We're back again tomorrow with another edition of BRN. I'm Jeffrey Snyder. Stay safe, keep on saving, and don't forget, roll with the changes.